Welcome back to the Smugsy Show. I'm Smugsy, your host, identifying as the Barstool Cougar. Every Wednesday, we meet here, talk about important things and important people. This week's big week for the show. March 12th, 2020 is when we launched 1 year ago. Our 1 year anniversary is this week, and over 190,000 views. The show was bought by Syndicate Media, and what better way to celebrate this auspicious occasion than having Smugsy mentioned by Erika Nardini this week on the Token CEO podcast. So it's quite an anniversary gift. Thank you, Erika. Yes, it was episode 133 when she was interviewing the CRO, Deirdre Lester. At 1 hour and 8 minutes in, Erika referred to Smugsy by name and the drama between Smugsy and Jack Coleman. And she said how much fun it was and how much fun it is. And it is fun. It's a lot of fun. You might have noticed Smugsy's name didn't exactly roll off Erika's tongue. Kirk Minahan has the same problem. I think it's a disability. And if you struggle saying Smugsy, I just wanted to offer a few tips. Close your eyes. Say Jay-Z. You know, Beyonce's husband, rap star, Jay-Z. And then say Smugsy. Jay-Z, Smugsy. Jay-Z, Smugsy. See? It's easy. Basically the same thing. So it is fun to identify as the Barstool Cougar and to be here with you every Wednesday. Thank you to all our fans. Hopefully you caught Saturday night's live interview with Jack Coleman, a.k.a. Barstool Coleman. What to say about Jack? Well, he's a fresh-faced 20-something up-and-comer who is very curious, just the sweetest, curious guy, you know, just wants to know, like, why should Smugsy have a voice on the Token Podcast Facebook group page? Okay, you know, I said, sure, I can talk to you. I mean, he's a curious kid, and so what happened? That's funny. Is so we had a discussion, a great discussion, really, to embrace the debate and push the envelope like good tokens. Jack, Barstool Coleman, he got a job at Barstool, and I got canceled. Yeah, that's what's funny. So Smugsy, canceled by the Token CEO podcast Facebook group. So it's very funny, obviously, and you're thinking like, so, but why? And, well, it's because I said that your money would be better spent invested in Dave Portnoy's new ETF Buzz than supporting Jody Shaw, the fraud who is suing Smith College for race discrimination that was mentioned in Erika's podcast. You know, that white girl suing Smith College for race discrimination because she couldn't dress up as Lil' Kim at work. Yeah, I said it's disgusting that Shaw's cashing in on her white privilege, and you're better off spending your money betting on Dave Portnoy. And I put my money where my mouth was. I bought 40 shares of Buzz. And this is on top of owning, you know, pen stock. I have several sweatshirts. I ran in a fundraiser race for Barstool. I do host a show every week, you know, a Barstool show. So, but apparently that's not enough for some of these silo-dwelling stooly babies who can't tolerate debate. So they reported me for disrupting their navel-gazing. And they tried to cancel me. And all I did, listen to the Token CEO podcast about Jody Shaw, poke around, kick the tires, and reach a conclusion that invest in Buzz, not bullshit. And that's my crime. I'm not a worthy fan because I said send your money to Dave and not this bogus GoFundMe page. But that's what I said. That's what the drama was, and that's why I'm canceled until further notice. And other tokens agreed with me about Shaw. I wasn't the only one. But some snowflakes cried, melted down, so I got spanked, expelled completely from the group at first, and then I was able to work some back channels, and now I'm in the penalty box without commenting privileges until further notice. Not my friend Jack, though. Nope, thank you. Maybe he's out picking out some new clothes for his new job at Barstool. So it's very funny, and that's good because the Smugsy Show is a comedy, and on this, our 1-year anniversary, my message to fans and to my good friend Jack, Barstool Coleman, and to all the tokens who have a backbone, that no matter what happens, the Smugsy Show will go on. I mean, we survived being canceled by the Kirk Minahan Show, for God's sakes. I coined the phrase, no one can cancel you without your consent. Smugsy's whole cri de coeur is write your own narrative, and you're probably wondering, well, how do you do it? I'll tell you. I'll show you. Right here. See that? Yeah. That's my it's my fuck it button. I know right where it is. And I use it a lot. In fact, I use it every week on the show, and that's why people watch it, and that's why I hope you subscribe to the show, and I'm glad you're here. The Smugsy Show is brought to you by Smugciggys, sleek and elegant ciggies made with organic cannabis rolled in delicate sheets of locally sourced paper. Look for Smugciggys in the indigo and marigold packs. Speaking of Smugciggys, we heard from Sig Chester, our investor. He's building the SPAC to take Smugciggys public. It's been a few weeks. I have the letter here. I haven't read it yet. Dear Smugsy, my apologies for being MIA. I was away at a very consequential conference in Orlando a couple of weeks ago and was so revved up by the energy and passion of the speakers that I had trouble focusing on my day-to-day responsibilities. But I'm back in the saddle, and I'm reviewing the business plan and projections you sent. Remember that rose-colored report? Based on a quick look, they seem excellent, but I will run some sensitivities and stress tests and revert. Meanwhile, I keep searching for a lawyer to help us put the registration papers together without ripping us off with inflated, phony invoices. My investors think legal expenses should be on my account, and so I'm focused on managing them, very focused. I even checked to see if legal Zoom was an option, but no luck. What a racket these guys have, charging thousands of dollars an hour to change names in documents and tell you you can't do things. You argue with them, and they research the issue and charge you thousands more and say no again. I should have been a lawyer. Me too. I had a Zoom video conference with my investors yesterday just to check in. I believe they remain very interested, but it's sometimes hard to tell. Just between you and me, they're very unserious and seem to have trouble focusing for more than 10 or 15 seconds at a time. I'm learning they're so much more interested in tracksuits and weapons and TikTok than business plans and investment theses. So I'm always a little concerned I'm losing them. I've opened lines of communication with investors, alternate financing sources in Angola. It's possible we may need to swivel away from Asia. Finally, I want to thank you for the samples you sent. I can attest they are high-quality products. I smoked one before I left for my conference and enjoyed several hours peacefully contemplating the asymmetry of my body. Wonderful stuff. But, unfortunately, my girlfriend discovered my stash while I was away and threw them in the toilet. She's a little nuts. When I got home, I fished them out and spread the weed out on a table to dry at my friend's house. I'm hoping for the best, but my friend is not very trustworthy. If you have any more samples available, I wouldn't say no. Sig. Well, think because SPACs are still trending, we should get right back to Sig, don't you? Let's see. Dear Sig, I'm flattered you saw fit to revert my projections and that you enjoyed Smugciggys at SPAC. Your experience of peaceful contemplation suggests you tried the indigo, made with our lovely blend of indica cannabis. The Asian investors might like the marigold. Sativa is conducive to tracksuits and weapons, we've found. Regarding your search for a compliance doormat, a gentleman friend of this show, Steve from Providence, is not a lawyer, but he identifies as an actor and is pretty slippery and says yes to everything. Maybe he can do the legal work. It is a show, after all. It's a thought. In any event, I took the liberty of placing you on the Smugciggys Quality Assurance Committee, SPAC. Each month, you will receive samples of Smugciggys to test for quality and to share with our SPAC contestants. Good luck in Angola and with your female companion. Why didn't she flush? Is this who we are now? Yours truly, Smugsy. Well, can't wait to have my SPAC. I would just love to have a SPAC, and so I hope we can get this wrapped up. I'm confident that we can. So I think that's it. That's it for this week. Lots to look forward to here on the Smugsy Show. The new website, almost complete, syndicatemedia.net, where you'll find Smugsy Studio and all your favorite Smugsy content, including an OnlyFans account at Smugsy that will have its premiere post on April 1st, something very exciting. You can sleep with Smugsy. Look for our ASMR program. Follow me on Clubhouse at Smugsy, on Twitter at Smugsy Girl. Subscribe to this show and please leave a comment. And until next time, this is Smugsy signing off. Take care.